sheriff to go ahead and build it, and they will come. Well, they came all right, and some left, okay, probably quicker than they want. It consists of 13 obstacles over a half-mile stretch. Different things. I'm not going to get into stairwells and window wells and 18-foot ladders, etc. And yet, it has caused the demise of some senior deputies because of some injuries or some existing injuries that came up, creeped up on them, and caused them to retire earlier. It is a shame because some of these had some valuable assets to still offer this agency. They were what I would consider senior expert deputies, people that were in detective division or in sergeant's roles on the road. And that's something to really, as a citizen, you should think about that. Yes, you see in the paper this gentleman with 24 years, he hasn't reached his 30 years retiring. He's retiring early because he got injured on the obstacle course. And yes, we do have a lot of young deputies. And probably a reason for that is because this county's academy is one of the lowest acceptance levels as far as money goes. I don't mean quality of training because I'd be knocking myself down because I am one instructor. But it's cheaper to get hired here. And unfortunately, we probably have more younger deputies we have to, but we have to start somewhere. And I realize we have some 19, 20, 21-year-old deputies. But what's happening is it's becoming a training ground, and they are going elsewhere, like Steve Birch alluded to, that are going to be paying more money. But is the obstacle course a problem? The obstacle course is a problem. Should it be addressed? I would address it. If anybody was in the drop plan, I would not encourage them to run the obstacle course, which means you have 5 more years retired. That's what most agencies, they won't do that. And it will not be a remedial kind of thing if I'm elected sheriff. Thank you. Years that we implemented. Wasn't sure at first which way it was going to go. And talking with some of the animal control officers, and that's what they like to be called. They like to call dog catchers anymore. They go over and catch dogs. They go after rabbit, possums, and everything else. So they rescue horses that are in disarray, I mean, etc. And they make very good cases. I like it. And I'll tell you why. It takes that burden away from the deputy on the road. And there's 3 or 4 deputies sitting here that I bet you they'll agree with because they're aware of how well that service works. So I can move on to the other area. I'll wrap this up real quick. Every one of them that I know, I wish we had more. There's one in every shift, and there's one on the east side of the county and the west side of the county, and they take care of injured animals or animals that are being used, and they make very credible cases in court over them. And I think it's good. So I'll end with that. Let's get back to the fire services. It's almost a mute issue anymore as of what happened last Tuesday because I, along with some of my other fellow candidates up here, sat in that board and chamber meeting for almost 5 hours. They can't agree on anything. What makes you think they can do a good job or a better job than the sheriff is already doing with the fire department? That's my opinion. Would I go as a sheriff and say, I want to take over the fire department? Absolutely not. But if it was in such a crumbling mess as it was 5 years ago, and the sheriff just said, okay, I'll take it, the budget was in disarray, the morale was terrible, there wasn't enough people to man an engine and a half or whatever, now they need more people on the engine, they should get more people on the engine, I had no problem with it. The big headache was the MSBU because we all had to pay that money. And I understand that. And in closing the other day, I believe it was Commissioner D'Amato that said, if the sheriff's going to keep it, and I'm stepping down, he said in November, you better get ready because we're going to have to charge more on the MSBU to keep it running in the credible position in the manner that it's running. Because the county commission is not budgeting anything for it. And ladies and gentlemen, think about it. This county's growing. If you got to get from South Kanehl to Sugar Mill Woods, we need people that are capable and equipment that's capable of doing it. I don't agree with the fact that the sheriff bought the machine that he bought without the county commission knowing first. That's probably need to give a little give and take in there. That's a $500,000 machine. Thank you.